like Firestorm who can absolutely take advantage of every single mistake, then you really cannot afford to make something like this happen. Okay. Now we're started. Losers, quarters, Vince against Firestorm. Here we go. Little bit of a calmer match. Oh, Firestorm, what is he doing? Some very creative setups, but it does not really work out. Vince, on the other hand, is going for some T-spins. Decides to tone the all-spins a little bit down. Tone down a little bit the craziness and go for some tried and true T-spins into some 7-2, and it works. The first win goes to VINCEHD. But we still have quite a lot of work to do. And now Firestorm again misdropped and has a very uncharacteristic amount of hesitation from them. That's really a lot, and that's not something we really often see from Firestorm, who is a player who just can continue on playing even though there are great misdrops on their board. Both players now, Firestorm had a little bit of cheese, but is digging through it very nicely. Vince, on the other hand, has a little bit of a cleaner garbage and tries to maintain surge, decides to not go for the surge preservation and instead focuses on safety and flexible stack, which might be a good decision.
So what did I miss while I was trying to refill my water bottle?
Well, in comparison to the last set, not very much, but still very exciting. Vince has decided to tone the all-spins a little bit down to go for a more safe approach, and it seems to be working out very well, as they have now won two solid games.
Wow. Okay.
By punishing Firestorm's mistake. And Firestorm is actually the one who is making more misdrops and hesitating more. Probably sign of nerves.
Probably intimidated by what the hell happened during that matchup with Gil versus Gohan. But there might be a chance that it could be a little bit of a grudge match if Gohan just takes out Vince.
Could be. We'll have to find out. Both players pop their surge and it's a little bit neutral. Vince finds the surge first and has some nice all-spins to build it up very quickly. Mid-game PC to preserve the surge. That's some very nice play. And cancels all the cheese that Firestorm sent. This is a very textbook game by Vince. A very textbook win. Canceling the cheese, building up that advantage, and eventually punishing those mistakes. And that's 3 in a row for Vince. Yeah, very clean.
Unbelievable.
For sure, and...
Look at that Imperial Cross from Firestorm.
Yep.
There could be some chances of actually around getting taken by Firestorm. I don't know about this one. Yeah, maybe? Somehow finding the solves that were required.
Yeah, Firestorm finding the solves, but that was just way too greedy, and it allows Vince to build up that surge and to get a little bit of an advantage going.
And then the misdrop from Firestorm.
Yep.
Really played it in.
Yeah, and an immediate quick little punish from Vince. And that's already 4-0. A very solid early lead.
Oh, what in the actual hockey sticks was Firestorm doing?
Firestorm was going with his new DT opener. And it does not seem
there may be a name for it, but that is something I haven't seen before.
Yeah, I thought it was new DT cannon, I think. But it does not work out. The unconventional opener play won't give him any advantage. And that's another point for Vince. Vince may be looking for the sweeper advantage, as he looked like he had a sweep against Sticky. So now he's trying again against Firestorm.
There's definitely a big opportunity for that, unless the denial happens once again and Vince just gets frustrated for the next match.
True. At the moment, Vince's blow is building up surge, breaks it immediately. Now Firestorm has an opportunity to go for the kill. A 41 spike, and there's no Vince plot armor that will save you out of that situation.
Well, how about that? There's no sweep.
There's no sweep. Firestorm has denied the sweep, but still needs to make a 4-point comeback. Oh, a little bit of stall now on both players, wanting to accept
But
the
I
match
think,
clean.
he just like, are you going to blink first, or am I going to blink first?
And in the end, it didn't really matter. Firestorm pops first. Looks to force the pop from Vince, but Vince decides to, nah, I'll pop a little bit later, put some cheese on Firestorm's board. Looks like a very solid situation for Vince. But Firestorm is building up that surge with some very unconventional donos. Very well played from Firestorm. Has now already double Vince's surge.
Yeah, but I think the big attack from Vince does force Firestorm to pop.
Yeah, but Vince is
pushed up, but I have a feeling that Vince is going to counter spike and not give Firestorm a chance.
No. Vince is just playing very solidly, and Firestorm is really struggling to find any answers, you know? The surge spike didn't work, the pressure spike didn't work. Well, Vince is such an all-rounder, he can't really do anything. Firestorm stuck with some misdrops. Vince also misdropping a little bit, so no real advantage is gained out of that opening phase. Oh, nice spike from Vince. Firestorm caught off guard and hesitating again, hesitating really a lot, but finding very efficient down stacks to get out of that situation. Very nicely played by Firestorm. Vince is already added with that surge lead. Breaks it immediately though. And that's a neutral situation once again. Vince sends a quick 16 spike, but it doesn't really do very much. Firestorm is not in any real trouble. What might cause some trouble. Yeah, that could be troubling. Firestorm though,
but not quite. They're able to just block most of it. So yeah. Seems pretty even at the moment, but I wonder how this will turn out right here.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a tug of war round. Both players trying a bit, but not really finding any advantage. Looking to create an asymmetry to take advantage of. There's not really...
There could be some asymmetry coming in towards Firestorm, but it seems like the cleanup.
Yeah, the cleanup, and again the situations have resets. No player has a real advantage. Vince prepares a power
gain, but I feel like the margin time might force an advantage.
2 minutes to 2 minutes, the margin time, the gravity increase, and we'll have to see which player gets favored by it. Firestorm tries to shut down any attempts from Vince, but the 28 spike will be survived without any issues. Now it's Vince's turn to build up a surge, but that 8-1 well won't be very helpful. Vince immediately breaks it into another power stack. But Firestorm has the answers, and Vince misdropping a little bit too much at the top. And that's a second point for Firestorm. Very clean rounds indeed. Firestorm seems to have maybe found a little bit of an answer, but there's still a long way to go until the positions would be evened out.
Down by 4, so... Oh, but that is an impressive down stack from Firestorm, just blocking out anything that Vince throws them out our way.
Yep. Vince trying to build up that surge again. Firestorm does not have anything ready, but sits at the bottom of their board, so not really in any danger, and that's a nice well to counterattack with.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how you should play it out. Just use that J-spin to at least try to offset that. And then we got a big spike coming in from Vince.
Yeah.
Well plugged. Firestorm having to try her best, but seemingly with no way out. Maybe? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it seems like Firestorm has found a way out.
Yeah,
all the way down, but now the surge deficit is the next concern.
The surge deficit still needs to be dealt with, and Firestorm hesitating a lot at the top of the board. Vince is just continuing to build up that surge. It's a time bomb that's ticking.
Potentially pound Firestorm. Oh, there could be a pop coming in from Vince. There it is.
The pop and an immediate top out from Firestorm. Vince is shutting down any hopes of a comeback. And maybe it's because Firestorm plays a little bit too conservatively, a little bit too defensively. It could be, but it could also be Vince's crazy stacking that is making the difference here. Firestorm again has a shot at building up Spike, but immediately breaks the surge. So does not get any big advantage out of it, and Vince just survives that disadvantage situation without any issues. Firestorm.
Oh, that Elmish drop from Firestorm.
It
is able to clean it up.
Yep, but it slows things down a little bit, giving Vince the opportunity to build up that surge, and that's
started racking up surge. Yeah.
And that's very.
Wasn't popped. And there it is. Teamish drop from Firestorm on top.
Yep, and the T-spin
Not
trouble.
pleasant.
An 8th point. Really, both players misdropping a lot, and that's a very decisive advantage for Vince. Now needs to close out this set. Firestorm is still looking for answers as to how to handle this matchup.
But Vince misdrops the eyepieces. He just has to skim through it to get rid of it.
Vince misdrops the eyepiece, but Firestorm decides to send the spike. It finally kills, and that's another point. And
another misdrop from Vince afterwards, which is not great.
Yeah. Now Firestorm has that much needed point to stay in the tournament.
But still down 5 rounds, so and on how this goes. Fortunately, Firestorm has to pop, and now he needs to pick up the pace. In order to not have that major deficit that Vince is cooked with that surge. Oh, the winds pop. But Spike, there's no way to get through it.
No clear, no non-spin clear, and that's a very unfortunate death for Firestorm. Had a defense, had an easy way out, but that mishold, that crucial mishold, spell doom. Firestorm now has a good opportunity to get a kill. A nice well to work with. This is a good opportunity you do not want to miss. But Firestorm lets it slip through it, and Vince
is going crazy. Look at that.
Look at that.
There's no way that Firestorm can possibly
survive. No, there's no survival here, and Vince puts himself on match point. That's 10-3. We expected a close battle, but what we got was a complete runaway.
An absolute blowout.
An absolute blowout. Now, Vince only needs to close out this set to advance into the losers finals to face Gohan for their first battle of the tournament. Firestorm though decides
determined. And I can't believe that had to happen.
Yeah, but Firestorm is really trying to prolong this set a little bit more, looking for the kill, but again hesitating a little bit.
There you go. Oh, yes,
the S-miss drop from Vince. Another point for Firestorm, who will stay in this game, in this tournament for 1 round longer. Can they make anything out of that? We'll have to see.
There's definitely something here. Oh, this is looking promising for Firestorm. Well, I'm gonna pop. That will not be good.
Yeah, Vince immediately.
Considering that Vince has already that surge lead, and there's a 60 pop, can't just tanked out, so there's chance.
Yeah, Vince had no follow-up spike, so there's no real way to kill Firestorm in that situation. Firestorm has very good whelp, but needs to have the pieces to access it.
Really, doing a lot of those LSD fractals.
A lot of LSD fractals.
Comes in handy.
It comes in handy, but it doesn't really do very much. Vince again cancels out all that garbage, defends very efficiently, and you wouldn't really tell now that Firestorm had a very sizable advantage just a few pieces ago.
Oh on the big attack 24 is leaving a lot of cheese on Firestorm's board.
Makes a nice cut copy out of it, so Firestorm finds the out. Vince misdropping a little bit. A lot of modern art taking place on his board.
Oh, here we go. This is
win.
Not ideal.
Firestorm picks up some points, picks up steam. It's better late than never, but Firestorm is showing colors. Having taken 2 points in a row, but there's still a long way to go. Firestorm timing does not get the free garbage.
Yeah, but instead getting it very asymmetrically, and this is very tight.
Airtight. Messes up.
You can't. Clutch. That's it.
The clutch clear didn't help for the clutch. That ice spin was not possible, and Firestorm concedes that last point and exits the tournament now at 4th place. Very well played by VINCEHD.